This isn't Jeopardy, so we got... So, sometimes gifts are almost always given in the best light, but aren't always received in the best light. My parents got divorced when I was, I think 11 or 12 years old, which isn't a big deal. It was a big deal then, it's not now. It's good for them. But my mom, she had me when she was 19, so she didn't really live through her early 20s, so she lived through it then. And she started dating, and a lot of, a decent amount, I would say 3 or 4 main guys that had came through between then and now. And my brother was younger, he was like 6 or 7 at the time, and they all could win him over pretty easily. You buy him a shiny toy, boom. He loves them, they're their best friends. But they would also buy me the same shiny toy, and I was like 12 or 13. And that, I found out very quickly that when you're 13 years old and your mother's dating, you have a lot of power over these adult men, because they can't win you as easy, and they want to win you, because if you don't love them, then she doesn't love them, and that's the end. So, let's just say I took that power and I ran with it. Let's see, the first guy, he was a biker, he was a motorcycle guy. This was the dangerous guy that my mom dated. He bought, at that time I was into skateboarding, so he went out and he bought me a Walmart skateboard, which I already had a skateboard, and he gave one to my brother and he loved it. So what I did with the skateboard is it sat in the package at the front door. So every time he walked in, he said, he saw the skateboard, and he's like, oh, is that the one yeah, that's the one you got me. I've never opened it, and never will. So, know that. The next guy, he was the clean cut guy, like hair always, like gelled and combed and nice or whatever, and take my mom out to nice places, would buy her jewelry and things like that. He bought me a Connect set, which, with the Connects where they were like fake Legos, which I liked Legos, but I didn't like Connects. So I gave that to my brother. For him, my brother didn't get it, or he got a gift, but it wasn't as cool as the Connects. So he got the Connects, which he broke, and they were just destroyed. The next guy actually got me a pretty good gift, but I was too prideful to actually use it. He gave me a guitar, which I traded someone else for a snowboard. Never played it once. I traded this guitar for a snowboard and made sure that he knew that I no longer had the guitar. That guy actually got the worst end of it because he made it the longest. And he came, at that time I played baseball, and my dad was the assistant coach on my team. And he decided to show up to one of my baseball games. Also, side note, my dad lived right behind my mother. Bad mistake for him. He literally could see her back door from his front door. Not good. So he could see these people when they were there, because there was a deck, and he could see the deck, and he could see them eating dinner and whatnot. So that's... poor guy. So anyway, he had a rough time. And by this time I had moved out of my mother's house and in with my father. And so we're at my baseball game. It all sounds really bad. It's really not. Don't worry. We're all good now. We all love each other. It's okay. So we're at the baseball game, and this guy who's dating my mother comes to the baseball game, which of course breaks my dad's heart, to no end. Which I then snapped and yelled at him in front of all the other parents. And nothing's more frustrating, I imagine, to a 40-year-old man than a 12-year-old yelling at you, and literally there's nothing you could say or do about it. So that sucked for him. But then the last guy, at this time I lived with my mom, or I lived with my dad, and I would come to my mom's house, off and on, and I would just show up unexpectedly. And I'd walk in the back, I'd walk in the back door, and I run into this guy. His name's Cliff, and I never met him because my mom by then had learned to keep them from me because I, destroy them. And we kind of ran into each other, and he'd obviously spent the night because it was way too early for him to be there, and it was kind of awkward. And I was like, "Hi, I'm Dane," and he's, "Hi, I'm Cliff," and that was it. He never bought me a gift, not once. And he never tried to. He he spoke to me and he like treated me like an adult, and they got married last year actually, and so I guess he deserved it. So thank you.